Hello, 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 Madison friends. Welcome back to another exciting week of learning. My name is Mrs. Mitchell, and these announcements and shout outs are for the week of January 18th, 2021. We were not in school on Monday because our country was observing the Martin Luther King Jr. national holiday. Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia. He was a Baptist minister and a social activist who led the civil rights movement in the United States from the mid 1950s until his death in 1968. His leadership was fundamental to the movement's success and in ending the legal segregation of African Americans in the southern United States and other parts of our country. He rose to national prominence as the leader of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, which promoted nonviolent tactics such as the massive March on Washington in 1963 to achieve civil rights. He was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. We honor Dr. Martin Luther King because he talked about being kind and showing compassion for one another. He said that love is the way to resolve conflict and that violence has no place in our society. He also believed in equal and fair treatment of all human beings. We recognize Dr. King's legacy by being kind to one another, not using violence to resolve our conflicts, being respectful, and showing compassion for others. So I urge all of you to be kind, to be friendly to one another. And if you are having problems with any other students, to please make sure that you tell your teachers, another staff member, or come and see me in the office. We want everyone to feel safe when they're at school. We want everyone to be happy to be in our building and to learn. And we want everyone to feel comfortable being a Madison Mustang. We care about all of you, and we want all of you to feel a part of our Madison school community. And now off to our shout outs, and we have quite a few. We are going to start out with our SK friends. So these shout outs are going to be from Ms. Castor. Our first one goes to Xander Pronig for getting all of his work completed. To Louis Rieger for completing his academic task with the class. To Natalie Stradola for making new class members feel at home. To Michael Williams for super effort during math Zoom class. That's from Ms. Blocker. To Madison Schmidt for following directions the first time they're given from Mrs. Castor. And to our first grade friend, Harrison Whelan. He is a great listener and always working hard in class, from Mrs. Sennett. Now on to our second grade friends. Good job to our first grade friends. So Camille Diaz for making great choices to participate in class. That's from Mrs. Matern. To Olivia Tesfaye for always following expectations and showing her independence. Keep up the hard work. That's from Mrs. Sennett. To Hervé Koskinen for coming back to school and following expectations without missing a beat, from Mrs. Hoffman. To Olivia Tesfaye for being prepared and working hard, from Ms. Hoffman. To Ralia Harvey for working hard, reaching goals, and being prepared. Good job to our second grade friends. And to our third grade friends, this is from Mrs. Smith. To Jocelyn Weiler for going above and beyond to make a writing plan. To Caleb Winter for working hard on his assignments. To Esme Her, staying focused and working hard. To Preston Song for participating in a class activity. To Adeline Bryant, explaining her thinking to her classmates. To Cam Gibbs for listening to his partners and giving good suggestions. Those were all from Mrs. Smith. And to Jaden Kraft helping to bring in balls after recess from Ms. Blocker. To Logan Voss for helping to bring in hula hoops after recess from Mrs. Blocker. To Braylon Eaton Charles for helping to bring in balls after recess from Mrs. Blocker. Nice job to our students and friends in that group. And these shout outs are from Mrs. Howard. To Bryn Wagner, being helpful to classmates and teachers on the first day back from break. To Tamarick Foster for being on task and sharing his learning with the class. To Edison Vane, going above and beyond to help classmates. To Naya Milan, working very hard to keep her mask over her nose. To Liam Mitchell, working very hard on improving his writing. Nice work to our third grade friends. And now to our fourth graders, to Gage Hoist for being respectful. From Ms. Haskey, and to Stella Lalonde for being respectful from Ms. Haskey. Great job to our fourth grade friends. And now to our fifth grade friends. This is from Mr. Hyatt. To Javen Vane, working really hard during ELA class. To Estelle Baldwin, having a great attitude and being online and on time every day from Mr. Hyatt. To Patty Wiley, for working really hard and finding new ways to learn and use tools that work for you from Ms. Browning. Our next group are from students from Mr. Hour's class. To Zoe St. Clair, you have shown a lot of growth and maturity from Ms. Browning. To Markel Fletcher, for his strong participation and effort each day in our classroom from Mr. Hours. To Boston Lionheart, his strong effort and focus in class. To Peter Barthel, for his willingness to help others and his consistent effort in class. Those were all from Mr. Hours. And then last but not least, to Zion Zovar for helping to bring in balls after recess from Ms. Blocker. Nice job to all of our Madison friends that received a shout out. Some of those shout outs were from last week, and there were a few of them from the week before when we first came back. So I'm glad I was able to read all of those, and I'll be delivering those later this week. And now to our friends that are celebrating birthdays this week. To Annie Fladden, she celebrates a birthday on January 19th. And also to Logan Palma, who also celebrates a birthday on January 19th. On January 20th, we have Ariane Chowan and Serena Olsen celebrating a birthday on the 20th. Cassidy Moody and Lillian Jonch are also celebrating birthdays on January 20th. And then finally, to our SK friend, Caden Krieger, he celebrates a birthday on January 21st. So happy birthday to all of our January friends. We have 2 birthdays on January 19th, 4 birthdays on the 20th, and 1 on the 21st. Happy birthday to all of you. I hope that you have plans this weekend to at least have some cake and ice cream with your family. And I'm sure that your friends in your class will sing happy birthday to you, or at least wish you a very happy birthday. And so to all of our friends in school this week, please make sure that you are focused on your learning, continue to do wonderful things in class, be respectful of your classmates, their space, and also follow the directions of your teachers. When you're outside, remember that you must have on snow pants and boots to play on the snow. Otherwise, you need to remain on the blacktop. We are not throwing snowballs or hurling snow towards our friends, so please make sure that you are demonstrating correct and appropriate behavior when you're outside. And if you are using balls and hula hoops, please be kind and return that equipment back to our bins so that the next group of friends can come outside and enjoy that equipment as well. So that's all I have for you all this week. I hope that you have a great week of learning. Continue to learn, grow, and thrive. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.